Hey guys, thanks for tuning into the PigSkin podcast, episode 9. We've got a lot to talk about today. Week 10, college football. Week 9, NFL. This is a fun week. This is so college football's already hit its peak. You've got the Big 12 is chaos right now. Georgia, Missouri, LSU, Bama. That's always a fun game. This is where, in my opinion, college football is at its best. Let me tell you why. Bedlam, Texas, Kansas State. If you don't think that's not going to be a good game, you're crazy. Quinn Ewers isn't going to be playing. Or is he? No, it's going to be Malik Murphy. Yeah. LSU, Bama. You've got the rankings that are, kind of where the top 4 teams are right now. That's potentially what it's going to be, besides 2 of the Big 10 teams. You know what? We'll go ahead and go over the top 10. So, number 1, Ohio State. Number 2 is Georgia. Number 3 is Michigan. And number 4 is Florida State. So right now, if the playoffs were today, those are your 4 teams that are in. Now, on the outside looking in, you got Washington, Oregon, Texas, and Bama. Now, those are the 4 teams that are currently out, could get in, just depending on how things go. And then you got Oklahoma and Ole Miss as well. So those are your top 10 teams. We've got Maction. Okay. Big 10 football is also going to be crazy. Did you know there's going to be a game at Wrigley Field? Yeah.
Between who?
It's going to be Iowa and Northwestern.
Oh, shit. I didn't know they were playing at Wrigley. That's dope.
Yeah. Well, they had the game. So the very first game they did at Wrigley, I'm pretty sure it was a few years ago. And I think they didn't do the measurements right for the end zones. So like both teams had to play one side. So like, yeah. If the other team got like a pick 6, they could run it back, but
yeah,
like it was just one side that they played.
That's hilarious.
It's Iowa and Northwestern. That's gonna be a fun game. Can you guess what the over/under is?
Like 2.
Close, 29.
Fuck. That's so low, dude. Oh my god.
I think that's actually perfectly set.
No, I agree.
It's Iowa football. Northwestern's been kind of crap. These 2 teams are going to meet. If you guys are only tuned in to watch like the big dogs fight, like Bama, Georgia, Michigan, and all that, you need to watch Maction. Maction started a week ago. It's on Tuesdays. I think we have Toledo, and actually go ahead and check that. It's Toledo's playing somebody. I think that's going to be one of the night games.
They played this past Tuesday.
I think they play again. Like next week.
Good look. Yeah, next week on Wednesday is Eastern Michigan and Toledo.
There you go. Maction's fun football.
Hey, Miami of Ohio is 7-2 and Toledo's 8-1.
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit.
Yeah, so we're going to get that game too. But as far as Week 10 college football, listen, the Big 12 right now is just a fucking mess. Big 12 football right now at this time, like every year, is always probably like the most fun conference to watch. And a lot of the teams like you wrote off, like Kansas State, Oklahoma State, when they had that big loss to South Alabama. But now Oklahoma State's kind of where they want to be. They're confident. Gundy's still the guy there.
Real quick, sorry to cut you off. That kid that shares first names with me at Oklahoma State, have you seen him getting torched on Twitter?
Yeah, I know.
For what he said. And then all the tweets of him being an OU fan and all the shit of him wearing OU, going to OU games and all that shit's coming back up.
Well, what are you supposed to say, though, if you're him? Like, you're at Oklahoma State, you don't want to be like, oh, yeah, I grew up a huge OU fan. Because you're going to have those fans that are going to be,
Baker, well, I guess Baker always grew up an OU fan. But, yeah. I understand. But at that point, you just don't bring that shit up. Because also, you see Trace Ford talking to Gundy?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. I saw. it was his interview with God. Why can't I think of who he interviewed with?
Was it George Stoya?
No, I don't think so.
I don't remember. But
Oh, it was with the sports animal.
that's who it was. Yeah, sports animal.
Yeah, it was with the sports animal. But yeah, no, I read all of that.
Bedlam's spicy this year, man.
I think instead of Brian Bosworth and Mike Gundy having the spit off contest, I think it should be Trace Ford and Mike Gundy. Like they should just sit before the game, like at the 50-yard line, and then just have like a spit off for 50 seconds.
Hey, Trace gonna win, and if he loses, he's gonna run through Gundy's ass. So
he might actually tackle Gundy this game.
I hope so.
Yeah,
just fucking knock his hair off.
I expect a big game from Trace Ford, but Big 12 is crazy right now. You know, if Kansas State beats Texas, we were all under the assumption that it was going to be Texas, Oklahoma again. What if Kansas State beats Texas?
Hey, I said at the beginning of the season, I thought Kansas State was the best team in this conference. Obviously, OU and Texas are probably better than Kansas State. But, man, they've been fucking hot. I had them in the Big 12 championship game for me. So they've been fucking hot. And that's the type of physical football team that when they get hot and they get things rolling, it's hard to slow them down.
Yeah.
And I, for one, I'm just going to throw this out there. I think Kansas State beats Texas this weekend.
Okay. All right. Well, they're the only team in the country that's running the 2 QB system that's working. It's actually.
I'm about to say, yeah, Alabama couldn't figure it out with 4.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, I know it was supposed to be Oklahoma, Texas. Texas lost to Oklahoma in the Red River. Oklahoma lost to Kansas. Kansas had probably the biggest win like ever in program history. So now it's just a toss-up. So Big 12 football. If you don't watch Big 12 football at this time of the year, you should. Also, it's kind of it's egregious to make Bedlam a 2:30 game. Don't you think? I actually think
100%.
It should be a night game. It's Stillwater last Bedlam. It's neon black. I've never seen a sky like Oklahoma State's at night. Boone Pickett Stadium at night has like the blackest sky.
Dude,
like,
I swear to God, it's insane. It's like straight out of a movie.
Yeah, it should be a night game. I mean, is there still time to fix it?
I don't know, but at least it's not at 11. Because if it was at 11, I'm sorry, my employer, I would not going to be at work on Saturday morning.
I would expect you to call in.
I wouldn't even call in. Y'all know where I'm be at.
Who's Georgia, Missouri's playing? Georgia's gonna spank them.
Yeah, they figure about 15.5.
I think they cover that. Missouri's a good football team. I mean, compared to where they were a few years ago, their head coach has done a good job to bring that program up. All Georgia has to do is just stop Luther Burden, Brady Cook.
Theo Weiss?
Yeah, Theo Weiss. He's been quietly pretty good for their team. It's not going to be not a knock on Missouri. It's just Georgia's that far ahead of everybody else, in my opinion. I think they should still be number 1. They haven't lost yet.
Yeah.
And they're also just leagues above everybody else except for maybe Nick Saban.
Yeah.
But
Kirby Smart is a fantastic fucking coach.
Yeah, he is. He's what he's done for Georgia. I mean, to be a true contender to Alabama in the SEC, like year in and year out. Yeah. Best coach in college football right now.
100%.
But speaking of Nick Saban, LSU, Alabama. I got a fun little trivia for you. So LSU, they beat Bama last in Death Valley. Jaden Daniels is looking to be the second QB to ever beat Nick Saban twice or 2 times in 2 years or once in 2 years. I don't know. I said that weird.
Twice in 2 years.
Yeah. Do you know who the last quarterback to do it was?
To beat Alabama or to beat Nick Saban?
To beat Nick Saban. So 2 years in a row.
My heart wants to stay Stetson Bennett, but I don't know if they beat Alabama twice. Who is it?
Drew Brees at Purdue.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, back when Nick Saban was at Michigan State.
Fuck.
That's crazy. The consistency that he's had. also not letting a quarterback beat him twice in a row. So I don't know. Can Jalen Daniels do it? It's unstoppable force meets immovable object, immovable tide.
Here's my thoughts on it. Now, I think LSU can because I think LSU probably has the best offense in America right now. I just don't know that LSU's defense can hold up and give them enough, if any, stops because their secondary is just so weak. Now, like, I think they're going to send a lot of pressure and just try to get to Jalen Milroe and just hope that maybe he fumbles it or throws a pick or they can just get him so far behind the chains that they can't do anything. But LSU needs to have a perfect game on defense, and they've been nowhere near decent all season. So, except against Auburn, but everyone's decent against Auburn on defense. So,
Yeah. Well, I mean, they drove down the field a few times. They just sucked in the red zone, typically. But
speaking of sucking shit in the red zone, that's why I think Kansas State beats Texas. Because you want to know this? I got an interesting little stat for you. All right, Texas ranks, I believe they're in the hundreds, but I think it's like 106th in red zone scoring touchdowns. You know where Kansas State defense ranks? Third overall. No, in the country. Kansas State's defense at stopping touchdowns in the red zone, third in the country.
Damn.
How did OU beat Texas? Didn't allow them to score in the red zone.
Goal line stand.
That's exactly how I see this game going. I think Kansas State's going to out-physical them, and I think Kansas State is going to stop them when it matters most in the red zone. I think they're going to force them the field goals. I think Kansas State's going to score touchdowns when they need it. So,
you know, last week there were talks that Arch Manning was like warming up and was going to go in to face BYU. If Malik Murphy just stinks, like if he just doesn't pull it off this game, do you think they put Arch in?
It depends on the situation. Because I feel like at this point, Malik Murphy gives you a better chance than Arch Manning does, just because of the newness, right? Arch is still just a true freshman. It'd be like, actually, no, I think it'd be different because I think Jackson Arnold is far ahead, way better than Arch Manning is. But then just comparing them because it's OU Texas, right? I think Arch would be a lot like Dante Moore. Like UCLA just kind of threw him in there, just was like, go try to just use your raw talent, and it just didn't work. But I think Malik Murphy gives them a much better chance, even if they're down and even if he's not doing well, to come back in that game than Arch Manning would. So I think Malik Murphy's more of an athlete, and I think he's got better arm. I think he's got not even just like arm strength or like throw, like the deep ball. I think he's got better like touch on his ball and more finesse when it comes to the passing game than Arch does at this point. Now, Arch might be what everyone thinks he's going to be. I don't think he will be. I think he's a bit of an overhyped prospect, but he's got 3-4 years to prove us wrong. So,
yeah, if you listen to Austin Sports Radio or like any of like the Austin Sports networks, a lot of people when Malik Murphy was coming in said that he might be better than Quinn Ewers.
I think he is. I just think he needs time to start.
I mean, I don't think he looked that great last week, but
it's his first start.
That's true. You're right.
He doesn't have the Quinn had 2 years of starting experience, whereas Malik Murphy started one game, and it's the middle of the season. So
maybe this is a game where he goes off 4 touchdowns.
I hope not.
Well, you don't want to see Texas again in the Big 12 championship?
I don't even want to see Kansas. I want to see Iowa State again. That's what I want to fucking see again.
Yeah. Do your Big 12 champion or the conference championship implications. So you've got Kansas State, Texas. Whoever wins that game is probably going to be in the championship game in Arlington. And then whoever wins Bedlam, you think whoever wins Bedlam is going to be in Arlington?
Yeah, because especially when it comes to.
What about Iowa State?
Well, here's the thing. Iowa State still has to go through Kansas State, and Texas.
Yeah, they're going to get beat up.
Yeah, and so they had now, here's the thing is because, yes, Iowa State has to go through those teams. Kansas State's got to go through Kansas, Iowa State, and Texas. And so that's a gauntlet in and of itself. Texas has to go through Kansas State, Iowa State, and Who else do they play? Maybe Texas Tech, something like that. Oklahoma has Oklahoma State, West Virginia, BYU, and TCU. You know, I think honestly, now I do think the winner of Bedlam and the winner of Kansas State and Texas play in the Big 12 championship game, but I could honestly see it just be a Bedlam rematch because Texas, Iowa State, Kansas State, and Kansas all have a gauntlet ahead of them playing each other. Whereas Oklahoma and Oklahoma State really get to squeak by. Because Oklahoma State, I think, plays like fucking like Houston, UCF, and like BYU or Cincinnati. And then OU's got obviously West Virginia, BYU, and TCU after that game. So, I mean, other three.
Oklahoma State already beat Cincinnati.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
Okay, well, then it's like Houston, UCF, and BYU or something like that. But they played like all the new schools.
Yeah.
Maybe Baylor. I don't know. No, I think they already played Baylor. But like Oklahoma and Oklahoma State have the two easiest schedules in the Big 12 relative to where they are. So kind of a no-brainer as to why Oklahoma State is just picked up and kicked off and been killing everyone. But they did beat Kansas State. Kansas State's a good team. It's their only conference loss. And they've really turned things around on offense. So, and we'll get into Bedlam here in a minute. This isn't what this is right now. I almost see it more likely that we get a Bedlam rematch. But I just know a lot of chips have to fall for that to happen. Yeah. I just think that Kansas State, Iowa State, Texas, and Kansas, their last 4 games, they're all just going to eat each other alive. So I think the winner of these 2 games is who plays each other in Arlington, but I could easily see it being Bedlam as well. So either way.
It could be. Who do you think is going to actually be in the game? Do your predictor based on what you've said so far.
Who do I think plays in the Big 12 championship game?
Yeah.
Oklahoma and Kansas State.
Think so?
Yeah. That's what. If I had to pick it right now, it'd be them.
Well, they got to get past Oklahoma State first. Big 12 football, it's going to be crazy. Action's always fun. Just everything that's leading up into college football right now in terms of who's going to play in, it could. I mean, if Alabama loses to LSU, it could be Ole Miss. Or is Ole Miss in the same division as Georgia?
I think Ole Miss is in the same side as Alabama, but Ole Miss plays Georgia next weekend.
Oh, yeah.
At Georgia, I believe. But here's the thing. LSU only has 1 conference loss.
It's true.
If LSU wins out, they might be the first 2-loss playoff team.
I don't know if I'd put them in the playoffs. So.
If they win out?
If they win out and win the conference championship, let's say Georgia's undefeated. Let's say they're undefeated. They go into the conference championship against LSU. Would you put a 2-loss LSU, conference champion 2-loss LSU in the playoffs over a 1-loss Georgia?
Yeah, they beat them.
Yeah. Or would you put Alabama? No, because Alabama.
No, not Alabama.
Yeah. Or would you leave them out and just put in Big 12, Big 10?
That's where my head, and that's the thing is, well, see, so LSU's losses is to a now 10th ranked Ole Miss and a 4th ranked Florida State. So if LSU's 2 losses are against college football playoff top 10 teams, not necessarily at the time, but end of season top 10 teams, and they have wins against top 15 Missouri, top 10 Alabama, arguably a top 25 Texas A&M, and then obviously they play Florida, and so I think that LSU should not be punished for scheduling Florida State in the preseason or in the to kick off the season, because I think they had the nuts to play somebody big like that. And so if they take that loss, they lose one against Ole Miss and run the table. If they don't get in, they're 5. But I don't put Georgia in ahead of them, even if they're 1 loss to LSU. Because if you lose to someone we're not willing to put in the playoffs, I wouldn't put you in the playoff. Outside of we had Kansas State and TCU last year, but TCU obviously was a juggernaut. They played for a national championship. They got murdered, but they beat Michigan, right? And so, but if LSU wins out, obviously beating Georgia, I would assume. Maybe I don't put Georgia or LSU in there, but maybe, like you said, maybe Big 10, Pac 12, Big 12, and Florida State. Because at that point, if we're looking at, either Kansas State or Oklahoma being a 1 or 2 loss team, that'd be the only thing. If Kansas State wins out, they're a 2-loss team, Big 12 or Big 12 champion, they'd probably put LSU in there ahead of them because of the SEC bias and because of who LSU had to beat to get in. That's when I'd put LSU in there.
I would put whoever wins the Big 12 championship because you got to look at Texas' only loss was to Oklahoma, who was top ranked at the time. Oklahoma already had a big win against Texas. They had that shitty loss to Kansas, but now they rank Oklahoma State. If they beat the crap out of Oklahoma State and just fly through the rest of the Big 12 and they win that conference championship, you put them in if Georgia loses to LSU.
Well, if OU wins out, yeah, you put them in. But if Kansas State wins out,
you put them in. They only have one loss.
That is true because if you look at it, Kansas State would have wins against top 10 Oklahoma, top 10 Texas. Their losses would come to a top-ranked Missouri, top 15 Missouri. Their loss would come to a ranked top 25 Oklahoma State team. And then they'd have wins against Iowa State, Kansas as well, and a top 25 Kansas more than likely. So you're right. I mean, Kansas State could be the first 2-loss team. And I think Kansas State could go win it all. The brand of football they play, as physical as they are, and if they get hot and they really, really get rolling, they got a chance, man. No one thought TCU was going to do it.
In a scenario where Ohio State is undefeated, they're number 1 and Kansas State's number 4.
Ohio State probably wins.
I don't think they beat Ohio State. Ohio State has the number 2 scoring defense in the country right now. Like, their offense may not be great, but they'll figure out a way to pick it up. They've got.
What offense has Ohio State played that's been spectacular?
Well, that's true. That's true. I mean, Michigan, if they beat Michigan.
Michigan's offense hasn't been spectacular. Michigan's been sign stealing and then beating the shit out of everybody because they've been playing literally nobody. That's the thing. I keep seeing all this J.J. McCarthy Heisman hype. Now, if they beat Penn State next week and they beat Ohio State, they're undefeated, put them in New York. It's not going to win it. Send them to New York.
Yeah.
But who's the best team they've beaten? Illinois? Wisconsin? Have they even played Wisconsin? Nebraska?
Minnesota, man.
Yeah, Minnesota that put up 13 on Iowa. Wow. That's a fucking big one. They should have lost that game too. That was not a fair catch.
Dude, they beat Nebraska.
Lincoln Riley beat Nebraska. Okay.
Barely.
Yeah, barely.
I love doing playoff scenarios though. This is like my
They're
favorite.
so fun. Bro, listen to Michigan. Oh, my fuck. This is what pissed me off. Everyone's like, oh, Michigan's handling business. OU was beating the shit out of the same better, if not better teams than Michigan was. So stop it with that. Oklahoma hadn't played nobody, but Michigan's handling business. I hate that shit. Michigan has played East Carolina. Stop me when you hear a top 25 team. East Carolina.
East Carolina is a top 25 team, in my opinion. Do you not remember?
UNLV. Shut the fuck up. UNLV, Bowling Green, Rutgers, Nebraska, Minnesota, Indiana, Michigan State without a coach. Some would argue they didn't have a coach when the season started because Mel Tucker's not really that good.
Well, if Michigan State actually, since they put up that Hitler sign, you think they would have done a better job blitzing Michigan?
Yeah, well, it didn't work out too well for Hitler, so.
Yeah, having a Hitler sign up there, you think they'd be better at blitzing, but I digress.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, no, Michigan hasn't really played anybody, but.
But then again, they got Purdue, who's 2-6, not a good team, but they finished the season at Penn State, at Maryland, at home in the Big House against Ohio State. So, I mean, if they went out, obviously, they're an undefeated, likely conference champion with 2 of the best wins on the season. Yeah. But people are just putting so much stock into Michigan right now and all this hype, but it's the same thing as always. They play a weak-ass fucking schedule outside of Ohio State and Penn State. The Pac-12 has arguably offered a better schedule than anything that they've played all season. Ohio State's played a better schedule with Notre Dame and Penn State and Wisconsin and those teams on there.
Yeah.
Penn State's played the same schedule Michigan has. They just got Ohio State earlier. So,
no, I agree with you. I mean, we'll see how it plays out. But
yeah, Michigan ain't played Illinois. God damn, bro. Not that Illinois is good, but still, just my point.
Hate for Michigan is getting this off topic. So
it's actually about to bring us right back on topic. Yeah.
Well, big games all across the board, playoff implications for a lot of teams, but none more important than Bedlam. I mean, at least for us, anyways.
Yeah. I mean, hey, people, and I hate when OU fans say this because like, oh, it's not a rivalry. This game doesn't matter because of the record. Fuck that. Bedlam always matters. Yeah. Okay? Bedlam always fucking matters. Yes, their little brother. Yes, it's Oklahoma State. Yes, we're not going to see him again likely for a while. That makes this matter even more.
Yeah.
You don't understand how bad I want to win this game. Because if we lose and we don't play them for a decade, no matter if we've beat them 93 times in 115 tries or whatever, you know what every fucking Oklahoma State fan's going to say until we play them again? Got you last time. Got you in the last one. We sent you to the SEC with an L. That's all they're going to say. And I'm not about to do that, bro. I'll fucking reference last video with my fucking suicide note. I'll kill myself before I do that shit.
You need to go ahead and talk to Clemson's sports psychologist. Give him a call. He might be on suicide watch too.
I'll be his therapist. I'll be his fucking psychologist.
Yeah. I petitioned that for the very final Bedlam, the trophy should be a Brahms bag of burgers.
Oh, it has to be, dude.
If you're not from Oklahoma, Brahms is like a luxury to Oklahomans. I lived there for like a year. Whenever I'd ask, like, hey, what's the best spot in like in Oklahoma City? And people would just say, have you ever been to Brahms?
Where can I get a good steak and potatoes? Couldn't fucking tell you. You should go to Brahms, though. Get you a bag of burgers, $6. You'll feel better. Or a bag of biscuits. It could be early.
Just, make like a shiny trophy that's like a Brahms ice cream cone.
Well, if fucking Iowa and Minnesota have a bronze pig, we can definitely do a fucking just a bag of burgers. It don't even got to be a trophy. Just throw bags of burgers to the team that won.
Do like the Texas Tech tortilla toss?
Yeah, yeah. They go. You know what? The winner of Bedlam should go to the White House like they won the national championship, and then only be served Brahms bags of burgers.
Yes, I agree with that.
Or they could just go to the Oklahoma State Capitol building and do the same thing.
Well, I mean, either way, just bag of burgers for Brahms.
Oklahoma City Bombing Memorial. One of them.
Oklahoma, known for Brahms, known for Bedlam, known for a lot of things. OU football. OU football is like the biggest thing there. Oklahoma City Thunder. But Bedlam is important. Even though Oklahoma's going to the SEC and it's like, well, national title is what Oklahoma's trying to contend for. Oklahoma fans are trying to win the very last Bedlam because we won Red River. Now it's going to be SEC Red River, and it's probably not going to be on like ABC or Fox. It's going to be probably like on SEC Network.
Nah, they'll still get big time media deals.
We wouldn't get Brad Nessler and Daniel Carlson.
We might. Hey, but it is big. You're right. I like that you bring that up. Last Big 12. Now we're going to keep playing Texas. Obviously, that's not going anywhere. But last Red River in the Big 12, we won. Last Bedlam, we need to win. Last time we played Nebraska in the Big 12 championship game, we fucking won. All right. We send them packing. They don't send us packing. Let's fucking get this shit. Not doing it. Kansas has the last laugh, but it's whatever.
Oklahoma wins this game by stopping one man, who's basically the Thanos of college football, Ollie Gordon. If you stop him, if you tackle him, I mean, Alan Bowman, he might be able to throw the ball a little bit. But Ollie Gordon's literally like when you think of the bread and butter of Oklahoma State's offense, it's just running counter with Ollie Gordon.
Literally zone counter. That's it.
Yeah.
In split zone.
Well, how do you think this game's going to go?
Dude, I legitimately think that we're not going to talk about defense first. We're going to talk about Oklahoma's offense. I think Oklahoma's offense needs to come out and do exactly what they did last year in Bedlam. They need to come out on fire, going down the field, because here's the thing. Oklahoma State's defense likes to kind of cheat. They play almost like a 3-3-5. They'd like to use three safeties, though. And so, like, Kendall Daniels likes to kind of be like a fourth linebacker, third safety hybrid. And so he'll kind of patrol the middle of the field. But as soon as he keys in on run, boom, he's killing whoever he can fucking get a hat on. Oklahoma State's linebackers are okay. You know, they got one, I can't remember his name, but they got one really good linebacker and one that's kind of like a Danny Stunsman and Jaron Koenig. You have one good linebacker and you got one that's pretty okay, right? Now, I think Jaron's going to be a lot better. He wasn't a natural defensive whatever. But I think Oklahoma kind of needs to do what teams should do to Oklahoma. I think to beat Oklahoma State, you got to do the same thing you would do to beat Oklahoma. You gotta get them. What the fuck is the word? You have to use their pressure against them. They're going to try to dial up the pressure. They're turning it up to 12, and they're going to bring all kinds of different exotic blitzes at you. That's what OU does. Oklahoma State, not necessarily, but they're going to key a lot more run. So they don't play safeties as deep, and they're going to try to stack the box and make you throw the ball to beat them, much like Kansas tried to do against us. Now, much better weather. Not that weather lost us that game. I think weather maybe affected play calling. Still shouldn't have. But I think Oklahoma to win this game has to throw the ball down the field. And I think Brennan Thompson needs to play a lot, even if they're not targeting him. I think he just needs to be that guy that's like, oh, shit, that's the fastest fucking person I've ever seen. He's going to run go balls all fucking game. We have to have someone back there because he's going to run past the corner. All Dylan's got to do is throw it up there if there's no one playing his deep half of the field. So I think that's going to open up a lot of things underneath. I think Jalil has a big game. I think Drake has a big game.
But I disagree. I think he should throw it to Brendan Thompson, even in triple coverage, because every time he's thrown it to Brendan Thompson, when Brendan Thompson's covered well, he still catches the ball.
Or he draws PI.
Yeah.
You're not fucking wrong.
Throw it deep.
We need a downfield passing attack. That's the biggest thing about Jeff Laby's offense that kills me. There's no downfield passing attack because he runs so much bullshit RPO stuff. But I could go on for hours and hours and fucking hours about that, but I won't. But
no,
I don't know. How do you think it's going to go? At least on offense, that's what I think we need to do. I think we need to just try to get them to play conservative, keep two safeties back. And I think we can run the ball against them. I really think we can. From all reports I've seen, I think Talwee's healthy, 100%, but he's healthier. I think he should be good to go, and he's the best running back we have by far right now. And not necessarily most talented, but he's playing the best that we have in the running back room right now. So I think we need to get a lot of Talwee, but I think we need to try to force Oklahoma State's hand to play more conservative and let us run the ball. Because I think we can run it on them. But I think we can pass it on too. Oklahoma State necessarily doesn't have the best defense. And it's not the Jim Knowles defense they had before. Obviously, he's at Ohio State. But I just think, and we said it the last couple of weeks, and they did it last week, this is a good opportunity for Oklahoma to get the run game going. And I think if they can do that and hit on a couple of deep shots, I think they win this game. I don't know. What do you think?
I mean, if the run game's going to work, you're going to have to put in McCabe Matoyer because right guard is just trash right now. But I don't know. Just stop Ollie Gordon. Put your best tackler in there. I mean, if Stutzman's going to be out, Kip Lewis and Kobe McKenzie. Because that's the thing with Ollie Gordon. I mean, it's not like he's not a blazer. He's not like the shiftiest runner. He's not like a Joe Mixon that's just going to make you miss. Like it's mainly just like downfield. When he hits the hole, he goes. But
a lot of his yards have been after contact.
Yeah, exactly.
And so if you can get someone now, I do like what you say about Kobe McKenzie because I've been thinking that. Also, imagine a collision between him and Kobe McKenzie, bro.
Kobe McKenzie wins that.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
The only reason
that would be like.
It's not that. So Ollie Gordon's the best player in college football. He just has like I can't explain it to you. If you haven't watched Ollie Gordon, watch him play. It's so fascinating. He's so good, but like he reminds me of like. It's like when you watch a lineman on a kickoff return, like the Patriots game. It was against the Packers. I'm sorry I had to bring that up.
Fucking Dan Connolly, you piece of shit.
But
God
it's like
damn it.
Super slow get off. Like whenever it's probably because his offensive line's not that good, so he has to be patient on his blocks. It's kind of like the Le'Veon Bell thing. But I mean, if he's slow on his get off and Kobe McKenzie's going downhill, and that's the thing. Dial pressure on the quarterback because it's not like Alan Bowman is, fucking KJ Jefferson. He's not going to break a tackle. You get a linebacker on him, he's going to fall down. Who was the guy that used to play? Who was the quarterback for TCU that was super athletic?
Trevon Boykin?
Yeah, it's not like he's not just the most athletic guy either. He could throw the ball.
Remember when he made Dana Holgerson dap him up after he just broke every West Virginia defensive player's ankles? That shit was insane. I miss Trevon Boykin. As bad as he made you look, dude was so fun to watch.
Yeah, he was. I think Dylan Gabriel should dap up Mike Gundy. Either that or Trace Ford.
I was just about to say it should be Trace Ford. God damn it, you beat me to it.
Yeah, dap him up. I like Mike Gundy. Like, just the shit he says. He's such an asshole. It just reminds me so much of myself. Yeah, I haven't paid attention to him. You're going to now. He might have 5 sacks.
Trace is going to kill Alan Bowman. He might get if he gets a personal foul, late hit on the quarterback, but you just see Alan Bowman's head snap and his helmet go flying, I'll be fine with it, man. Just to send Mike a message.
We don't want to kill anybody.
Oh, I do.
Just just the atmosphere. That's it.
I just spit on him. Just spit on him. Spit on it. No, I definitely think we need to see a lot more Kobe McKenzie. I've been saying that all season. I think we need to see a lot more Kobe McKenzie. I just think that he's too raw, that he needs to figure it out on the field. And obviously you don't want people to figure it out in a big game like this, but you can see when it starts to click for him, he plays pretty well. He can fit gaps really well. He's a sure tackler. He's big as fuck. You know what I mean? And Kip Lewis is I think Kip's going to be insane.
Yeah. Kip Lewis is probably the best, other than Danny Stutzman. Like, of all the raw young talent we have, Kip Lewis is the most natural. Kobe McKenzie's just huge.
You know what Kip Lewis reminds me of? Kind of size-wise and the way that he looks on the field. Now, he's not an edge rusher, but he kind of looks like Eric Stryker out there, man.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
He looks a lot like him just build-wise and as athletic and freaky as he is, and he likes to just get you around the ankles and just does anything he can to get you down.
Yeah. Likes to
get me around the ankles.
Congrats on the sex, Kip Lewis.
Congrats. Yes.
But yeah, no, Kip Lewis, Kobe McKenzie have to be out there. Or just have Kobe McKenzie as like a pass rusher. Like on a blitz, just use him as an edge rusher. Do a Micah Parsons experiment. He's huge. He's fast.
I don't know if he's got the arms for it, though. The straight arm and the bend. I don't think he has it like Parsons does, but he could learn it. Well, seems like an athletic enough guy to be able to figure it out.
We need Gentry. Gentry Williams is going to have to play.
I think he is. I think he's set to go.
Well, he's going to have to be healthy the whole game, unless it's just not even close. If it's like a 2020 game. But I don't know. I mean, just after what we saw against Kansas, unless the offense really picks it up. I mean,
it's going to be a fucking war, man. These guys have been chirping at each other. They don't like each other.
Oh, no.
We know they don't like each other. It's going to be a war, and I'm super fucking excited. Obviously, I want OU to win, but I can't fucking wait.
Yeah. Well, Oklahoma State's got all the confidence right now. They got all the confidence. They've went from toilet to top of the mountain, almost top of the mountain.
Yeah.
But they're playing well. I mean, they figured out their identity. Just hand the ball to Ollie Gordon, like 300 yards.
He's insane, dude. He's so good.
Yeah.
So fucking good.
But defensive-wise, I mean, it's not like against Kansas where you just have a ton of different formations and offensive play calling.
Mm-hmm. They really don't run a whole lot of different stuff. It's not hard to see what they have coming. Like I said, it's like you said, a lot of counter. They run a lot of split zone, and they don't throw the ball all over the yard. Alabama can do some nice things, but he's not great. You know what I mean? So it's going to be a very simple offense that we're playing against, but it works.
It's Ollie Gordon.
Yeah,
It's
literally.
just, I want to see pressure from the D line because last week pissed me off. So they're not getting pressure. They're not putting pressure on Alan Bowman when they're passing. And if they're not plugging the gaps like they should be, it's going to be a rough game. It's going to be a high scoring. Like, you're going to have to win with 45 points. So, I don't know. Defense needs to step it up. I'm not worried about the safeties. I mean, it's better when Peyton Bowen's out there, but Key Lawrence is more than capable. So, we'll see.
I think Key Lawrence is going to have a hell of a game because they're going to be running the ball, and he fits really good in the run game. He can come down, he can kind of find his way through, sift through the garbage, and at least get his hands on the guy to slow him down. So I think you got someone like Kip Lewis in there. If Danny can't play, but if Danny can play, I want to see more Kip Lewis, no matter what. I want more Kip Lewis. He's as a freshman, he's so instinctual. He's just good, man. He's just a really good football player.
Well, hopefully we won't have to put safeties in the box.
Well, I'm not even saying in the box. Like him coming down from safety range, he can really sift through well and hit the guy. So,
like, we can just play the safeties deep so we can eliminate the pass, like the deep pass. If they run thick routes, that's fine. They can throw a 5-yard pass. I mean, I'm okay with that. They can get a little bit of yardage, but just don't let them in the end zone. Mm-hmm. Force field goals or just keep them, away from the 50-yard line.
I agree.
But special teams is also going to have to be an impact. I mean, just God. When you think of just the pinnacle of just awesome special teams, you just think Oklahoma football in 2023.
Yeah. Much like the Packers of 2021 and 2020 and 2022 and 2019 and my whole life.
But, I mean, if everything goes as well, you don't need your special teams to play good. You don't need, Zach Schmidt. You don't need.
It's hard to have them fuck you over if you're scoring touchdowns and not punting the ball.
Well, they have a good chance, but I'm not going to say anything because last week I said take care of business, and, well, it wasn't.
And the week before that, we also said take care of business, and almost didn't. So I just think think they need to go out there and just whoop ass, man.
Yeah, just so Oklahoma wins this game, I'm going to say Oklahoma State's going to win this game. There. Now Oklahoma just got the free win.
Man, crazy. It's insane how that works. No, actually, though, how do you see this game going? Score-wise?
Mid-range. Maybe like 20 points most.
Yeah.
Not like both sides, but like the one team's going to score 28 points at the most.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
Just picks it up. But it's Oklahoma State. They find a way sometimes. They find a way to stop you when you're hot. Last year, it looked like it was going to be 40-3. And then it was a lot closer than we thought. That game was awesome last year.
Oh, it was. It was. I felt so happy when Deshaun White caught that interception at the end, dude. Oh, my God.
Yeah, crazy to think how good our linebackers have been since then. I hope Danny's okay, though. Like, I hope he can play. I wouldn't want him to go out there and risk, like, a even more serious injury than he already has. But you need a guy that's going to be able to, communicate on the field. And
it's good to have that coming from your linebacking core because he can only do so much from 15 yards back. So,
yeah, well, it's going to have to be somebody if he can't play.
Yeah.
But need a big passing game. You need to be a threat in the passing game. Run the ball. No tackles for loss. You can't get tackled for a loss. Can't give up too many sacks.
Can't have too many penalties.
Yeah, that
discipline,
too.
Smart, physical, disciplined football. Who does that better wins this game.
Yep, I agree with you. Crazy week of college football. I am all fucking for it.
Me too. Me fucking too.
Oh, and then we have Washington, USC.
Yes. Yes, we have Washington pounding USC into a pulp.
Lincoln Riley's probably the only coach in the nation that is like not going to be on the hot seat. Like he could just have any defensive coordinator he wants, and they're always going to have a bad defense, and the defensive coordinator is always going to be on the hot seat. Lincoln Riley's like probably the smartest coach that there is in that regards.
Can literally do the bare minimum.
Yeah.
And get by.
Who do you think's Washington's winning that game?
Oh, I think Washington wins by 3 scores.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe if it was against Oregon.
That's what they got next week.
Yeah. And Oregon, they're looking hot.
I don't know. So that's the thing is Washington's kind of stumbled after the Oregon win. You know, maybe a bit of a hangover. But you saw it with Colorado. You saw it with Arizona State. You saw it with Utah, of all fucking teams. You saw it with Notre Dame. USC's defense offers you a get right.
Yeah.
And I think Washington gets right on offense. They start scoring again. And I don't think they stop until the game's over.
I just have Washington as the best team in the Pac-12 right now, just simply what they did to Utah. Like, no one does that to Utah. Like,
You mean Oregon?
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Oregon.
No, Oregon's definitely my best team. Now, I know they lost to Washington, but I said it on the last episode. I think Oregon's the best team in the Pac-12 right now.
Yeah, I think so too. Just based on the way they played, and you don't do that. When was the last time somebody did that to like a Kyle Hamilton U-Haul? Kyle Ham. Good Lord. Yeah. When was the last time that?
And it's not them getting beat bad. It's them getting out physical. You don't out physical a Kyle Whittingham team.
I know.
And that's the thing I like about Oregon, man. And that's the thing that I know they lost to Washington. I know I just said that a minute ago. I could see them making a deep playoff run because they can win in every single way. They shot themselves in the foot, but they went shot for shot with Washington, arguably one of the top 2-3 offenses in the country. They out-physicaled one of the most physical teams in the country in Utah, and they can shut you down and suffocate you defensively. Or if that's not working, they can just outscore you. Like Oregon can win in so many different ways right now, and they are fucking rolling. Bo Nix is my Heisman right now.
Yeah, he's unbelievable.
Bodacious.
He hasn't turned the ball over. He's smart with decision making. No fumbles. Bo Nix throws no picks.
Exactly. That's complete fucking opposite of where he was his first couple years at Auburn.
Yeah, I know.
He used to be Bo Picks.
No, not no more.
Not no more. You got any other college games you want to touch on this weekend?
No. I'm happy to watch Bedlam. I can't wait to watch LSU Bama. I think that's the night game, so that's probably why they didn't do Bedlam at night.
Yeah.
I like to just get YouTube TV. Put both games at night, get YouTube TV, and you can watch both. Come on, college football, what are you doing? It's Bedlam. It's the last Bedlam.
Bro, the people in Indianapolis and NCAA don't give a fuck. I say like it's their fault, like they chose the TV slot times, but it's whatever. I still like to blame the NCAA, no matter what goes wrong. I could stub my toe and be like, fucking NCAA.
Yeah. Well, it's not going to be, it's NCAA is probably dissolved now.
I hope so. Fuck them.
No. Take care of business, Oklahoma. The fact that I even have to say that 3 weeks in a row and you haven't.
Don't even take care of business. Just fucking win. Just win, Bedlam. I know that's taking care of it. Just win.
Yeah.
Just win. That's all I want. That's all I want. It could be fucking 3-2. I might shit my pants for 60 minutes. But yes, I would be okay with a 3-2 win in Bedlam.
You want a Big Ten West game?
Yes. Yes, I would take that over losing.
Who gets the safety on Dylan Gabriel?
I don't think it's on Dylan Gabriel. I think someone just fucking runs through whoever's in McCain Warriors. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it'd be a block punt because the other way it wouldn't really work.
I'm going to go Kansas State to beat Texas. I'm going to go with Bama it's in Tuscaloosa, so it's in Tuscaloosa. They're playing a lot better. We saw what they did against Tennessee in the second. I can just as much see that happening. Even though LSU's offense is awesome, I got Washington beating USC, and I'm not even going to pick the Bedlam game. I just want to watch it and just hope. Just fucking.
Yeah, that's about where I'm at.
It just depends on the tackling. If we tackle well, don't commit as many penalties, and throw the ball, we win.
100% agree. All right. So with that being said, let's go ahead and before we get
in the NFL?
Before we get to the NFL, I figured we'd touch on our hot spot and our dead zone for the week. So I'll let you go ahead and go first. Who do you have as your hot spot this week?
I'm going to go with Dallas-Fort Worth.
Okay.
Yeah. The city of Dallas, or the Metroplex, Dallas-Fort Worth. Rangers won their very first World Series. We remember that 2011 team. Heartbreak.
Pure heartbreak.
Did you see Adrian Beltre was at the game?
I didn't.
Yeah, he got to hold the trophy after they won.
Shit. I think the most underrated people at that game was Creed. After they showed Creed in Game 2, Texas didn't lose. Well, what was it, Game 3? Game 2 or Game 3?
No, it was Game 5. Or it was Game 3.
When they showed Creed?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. See? Texas ain't lost since they showed Creed. So I didn't realize it was over that fast. I thought that when they won yesterday or whatever, I thought that was to go up 3-1. I didn't realize that was the final game.
Yeah.
I feel like baseball passes so fucking fast sometimes, dude. It's crazy.
Well, I mean, we had a Game 6 last World Series, Phillies and the Astros.
Yeah, but I feel like it was broken up a little bit more. I didn't think it was. I don't know. Maybe I'm just tripping. I was also watching Thunder basketball for the first time in like 4 years. So.
Yeah. Well, the Rangers were awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Bruce Bochy, going into that game, he was 14-15 in the postseason. Man, whoever that one team was must have been fucking awesome.
Hey, the Rangers were undefeated on the road in the postseason this year too.
Yeah, 11-0.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
That is very impressive. That's championship level baseball, literally.
They won. DeGrom got hurt early and had to have Tommy John surgery. Their ace pitcher.
And then Max Scherzer and their best offensive player, Aroldis Garcia, got hurt.
Yeah. And then there's a new Mr. October, Corey Seager.
And John Gray.
Yeah, congratulations, John Gray.
Boomer Sooner.
I got this Dallas-Fort Worth. There's going to be a parade tomorrow for. No, I can't. I got to work. But my boss did say I can call in if I wanted to.
Oh, nice.
I don't have any of the PTO built up right.
Yeah, that's true. You just started. Yeah. So.
But that's my hot spot. Is the Dallas? Congratulations to the Texas Rangers and their fans.
You know what's crazy that I just thought about? Every major professional sports organization in the state of Texas has won the professional league championship, except for the Houston Texans.
Yeah.
But hey, they've only been around since 2002, so.
Yeah. Oh, we'll see what happens.
Yeah. So maybe C.J. Stroud and Will Anderson and the guys in Tank Dell. D'Amico Ryans take them there. We'll never know. But my hot spot, funny enough, also baseball. I'm gonna go with Bedlam baseball for mine. We just talked about John Gray stepping in. Max Scherzer went down and taking control, settling things down, getting them that win, and playing pretty fucking lights out. He also had a pretty good postseason as well. He played fairly well in the postseason. Also, Andrew Heaney. Little Oklahoma State love here. Andrew Heaney had a pretty solid postseason. He's, it's a good. Did he start or did he come off the pen? I think he started. Game 4. Not Game 4. Game 4 is when they got torched, right? I don't remember. But I know Andrew Heaney had a good outing when he played. He played pretty well. So give it up for Bedlam baseball as my hotspot this week.
Nice.
Who's your dead zone?
I'm going to go with Michigan football. The story's just getting crazier, honestly. If you don't know, for those of you who don't know what's going on, you probably should at this point. Connor Stallions, apparently a sign stealer. We talked about it in one of the previous episodes. There was a gentleman on the sidelines of the Central Michigan game last week, and he was wearing shades and a hat, and a lot of people came out and said, hey, that looks like Connor Stallions. It does look almost just like Connor Stallions. And so now they're investigating Central Michigan. And the crazy part is no one on the Central Michigan staff has come out and said, oh, no, that's fucking John from the coaching staff.
You see his glasses? The blue light?
Mm-hmm. Getting crazy. The story raw.
Crazy shit, man. It's so awesome.
I love the story.
I don't even feel bad for Michigan fans. Michigan fans can fuck themselves. This is amazing.
I love what I was listening to part of my take, and I love what PFT said. He was like, what if Connor Stallions is just John Harbaugh's illegitimate son? This was like the plan all along, is for him to just like
his 500-page manifesto was actually him bringing down. It was the downfall of Michigan.
Yeah. Oh man. But no, apparently like the head coach for Central Michigan. How do I not know? He's a popular name, but he used to work with Jim Harbaugh. But yeah, I mean that's the story. And so head coach had like a press conference, but nobody's come out for Central Michigan and said that they.
Oh shit, Jim McElwain?
No, never mind, not Jim McElwain. It's somebody else on staff.
Oh, so still.
It's either their offensive coordinator or defensive coordinator. I've had multiple brain farts today. My sincere apologies. I haven't slept well in the past couple of days because I get so excited to do this podcast.
You got Paul Petrino?
Yeah. Paul Petrino. There you go. Yeah. So, yeah. Michigan football. It happened. So, we had.
It's only going to keep getting crazier. More shit like keeps coming out every single day. It's insane, dude.
It's crazy.
So fun.
Nothing's going to happen to Michigan this year.
No.
Even when the NCAA launches an investigation, whenever they send out an immediate response, the team has 90 days to report. By then, the season's over.
Yeah, there's that. NCAA investigations usually take years. The only thing really standing in their way is the Big Ten, but the Big Ten's not going to stop them. They want that money. Michigan State's just going to earn them more money, especially if they go undefeated.
Yeah,
they're not going to do anything to stop them. So, no, it's just going to keep getting crazier. And I'm honestly at this point, I think Jim Harbaugh is gone after the season's over, so he can avoid whatever sanction they impose, if there's one that's imposed.
So he's going to the Chicago Bears.
Every good of anything that leaves is going to Chicago.
You said it, not me.
I didn't say it. You said it.
Oh.
I feel like I could be like, did you know they're making a new, like branded Lucky Charms? You're like, holy shit, they're going to coach Chicago? I'm like, yeah, probably.
Well, it's got to be somebody. I mean, apparently Matt Eberflus's job is safe, but I don't think so.
Matt Eberflus's job is about as safe as
my job.
Yeah. I don't know where I was going with that, but honestly. Yeah, so my dead zone. Did you have anything else you want to say?
No, that's my dead zone.
Gotcha. My dead zone. The Black Beast, Derek Lewis, was caught doing 138 in a 50.
Wait.
8 days before. Now, this is a UFC fighter.
Oh.
Yeah. UFC fighter Derek Lewis, the Black Beast.
Oh, Derek Lewis.
Yes. My balls was hot.
Yeah.
That guy. Who
the fuck is Darren Lewis?
Jim Harbaugh's illegitimate son. That's who Darren Lewis is. Him and Cooper Stallions. Yeah. No, but Derek Lewis caught doing 138 in a 50. Goes to not prison. Goes to jail. Gets booked for reckless driving, endangerment, and all that stuff. Gets released. Pays his bond. Whatever. My dead zone actually isn't Derek Lewis. It's Jalen Alameda, the guy he's fighting on Saturday. Derek's gonna fucking wreck this dude, bro. If he's that amped and that juiced to be driving around like that 4 days before a fight, he's gonna fucking kill John Alameda. He's gonna fucking murder him, bro.
If that doesn't
be insane.
I don't know what does.
Rumor is that he was driving that fast because his balls were hot and the AC wasn't working, And so he rolled the windows down and, spread his legs a little bit to kind of cool himself off. A little bit of that nighttime cool air.
That makes a lot of sense.
That's the rumor that I heard was going on. So either that or he got a call from Ronda Rousey. She finally called him back. So anyways, yes, that is my dead zone. Dalton Alameda is going to get his absolute shit kicked in by Derek Lewis and UFC Fight Night this Saturday. But with that being covered,
I want to hear about that. What podcast can you listen to?
The HD Podcast with your man Dalton right here, and then Austin. He doesn't matter as much as I do. Actually, he's so much smarter than me. Jesus Christ. I thought.
Did you just beta yourself?
Yeah. I don't know what that means, but yeah, I lost. Fuck all that. Let's get into NFL Week 9.
We got a special one.
We do got a special one. This is the German, the Frankfurt games. The Miami Dolphins and the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm losing my German accent already. My fucking family would murder me. Miami Dolphins and Kansas City Chiefs are playing in Frankfurt at 8:30 in the morning Sunday. So that'd be super fun when to get up early and watch. That's actually probably the best foreign land game this season, bro. The Chiefs and the fucking Dolphins, two high-flying, high-powered offenses. Like, holy shit, man. This shit's going to be I almost said gay. This shit's going to be great. Like, it's going to be fucking awesome, man. And I almost hate that it's not a primetime game. Like, that's a Monday night football game or a Sunday night football game. It should be, but it's going to be fun to get up early and watch that one. Chiefs are currently favored by 1.5 points. Over-under is 50.5. Then we'll just kind of go. We're going to move on and kind of go through all the NFL games. So we'll kind of come back and touch on them. And so after that, our morning slate, it's a pretty fat fucking morning slate, if I'm being honest. We got, including the Chiefs and Dolphins, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 morning games, 7 at the noon hour. So your fucking NFL red zone is going to be popping, bro. Going to be going insane. But the morning games, we have Seattle going to Baltimore. Baltimore's favored by 6, over under of 44.5. We got Arizona at Cleveland. Cleveland is currently favored by 8 with an over under of 37.5. Tampa Bay goes to Houston. Houston -3, over under 39.5. The Rams beat the Green Bay Packers. The Green Bay Packers are favored by 3, over under 38.5. I think it's in Green Bay. Wrong team's favored. Whatever. Kill me. I want to die. Chicago Bears are going to New Orleans. New Orleans favored by 8.5, over under 41.5. Minnesota is going to Atlanta. Atlanta is favored by 4, over under 37.5. The Commanders are going to New England. That's the final of the morning games. Commanders going to New England. New England -3, 40.5. Funny enough, all the teams in the morning slate, every home team is currently favored. So that's kind of a crazy one there. Be a fat parlay to put together. Just put together all the home teams winning and covering. That should be, or not even covering, just winning. That'd be crazy. Then to kick off the evening slate, we got the midday slate. We have 3 games. Indiana goes to Carolina. This is the first away team that is favored. Indiana is currently favored by 2.5, over under of 43.5. The Giants go to Las Vegas to take on the Raiders. The Raiders are currently favored -2. Over under is 37.5. This, I think, is probably the game of the weekend. Dallas goes to Philly. Philly -3, over under 46.5. This is all the afternoon games. And then Sunday Night Football, Buffalo at Cincy. Cincy's favored by 2, 49.5 is the over-under there. And then Monday Night Football, Chargers at Jets. Chargers are the only other away team that's favored this weekend. Los Angeles favored by 3.5 with an over-under of 40.5. Any of those games you really want to key in and touch on?
Yeah, we'll go ahead and talk about Chicago. I'm kind of at the point now where, like, I'm going to wake up and want them to win. Imagine starting again. They just ruled that Justin Fields is going to be out, which kind of sucks because I want to see him play. I mean, it's like his contract year, but I don't know if they're going to move on from him or not. I mean, it's like it's favoring. Yes, they're going to move off from him and draft a quarterback, but like I said, get him like a smart offensive-minded coach, stack the team, and see what can happen next year. Just hire like a really good. Bring Vic Fangio back. Draft Danny Stutzman at linebacker.
Danny Stutzman, Billy Bowman, you know.
Yeah. Well,
Fuck that. I'd go get Dallas Turner in Alabama.
They just extended Andrew Billings 2-year contract. He's good. He's been good. I think Justin Jones has been kind of good too. Like there are flashes, but yeah, New Orleans minus 8.5. It doesn't surprise me at this point. They're favored. They played really awesome against Indianapolis last week. A better team. I think Derek Carr he's got his mojo back. He's got his swagger. But yeah, I don't know, man. It sucks. It sucks like just rooting for awful teams.
It does. I know it now. I'll go ahead and I'll touch on Rams at Packers. Green Bay's got to find a way, man. I don't understand how you can keep getting all these chances in the red zone and not scoring. I mean, our receivers aren't coming up with 50-50 balls. Like, just traded fucking Razul. Fucking great. So now we got Carrington Valentine's going to be starting. Good thing is, Jair will probably tail Cooper Kupp for most of the game. Carrington will probably be against Puka Nacua, unless he's playing in the slot that is Keyshawn. And after that, I mean, they don't have a whole lot of receivers that can really threaten you. So, good game for Carrington to get in, get some snaps. Just kind of figure things out. But I've been betting on Green Bay just because I figured at some point you just got to win, right? Jair came out and said, "Oh, we're not worried about it. We're winning out." Stop it, bro. No, you're not. I mean, season's done at this point. I just want to see them be competitive and show growth. You know what I mean? So, Green Bay -3. It's essentially a pick 'em. It's at home. It's cold. I know it's been snowing in Green Bay the last couple of weeks or last couple of days, and so I don't know if they're getting any snow necessarily this weekend, but
frozen tundra.
No, not even. The Rams probably going to win this fucking football game. So, any other games you want to talk about before we get into our? It feels like a really weird weekend, right? It feels like a lot of just like there's a couple of good games, right? Like Seattle and Baltimore, Dolphins and Chiefs, Dallas and Philly, Buffalo and Cincy. Outside of that, you know, huh?
Just talk about all of them.
Might as well, yeah. You want to just start going down the line?
Yeah.
All right. Dolphins and Chiefs. What are you thinking?
Dolphins, Chiefs, Germany game.
Yeah.
Miami's already down there. Hey, now.
Sorry, I was just fixing something.
Okay. Yeah. Maybe that's what happens in Germany. They just pull a Michigan State. Just put Hitler up there.
Maybe they should.
I couldn't imagine. This is probably a game where Patrick Mahomes is not going to be able to make it because he's got the flu. I'm also making that up because everybody said he was sick last week. I can't tell. I don't know. He might be there. This is going to be a good game, right?
I think it is. I think it's going to be high flying, just points, man.
Miami's been on my fraud watch. They can prove themselves, and they can finally be off of my fraud watch because they got shit pumped by the Bills, and then they got basically shit pumped by the Eagles. All the bad teams.
Yeah, about to say they've been murdering bad teams, and then they don't play well against good teams. So I agree. They're definitely one of the fraud watch teams for me. But this could be the game that starts to turn things around. You know, now Kansas City isn't necessarily the best defense. They got a pretty good pass rush. You know, their secondary is all right. I don't think they're necessarily world beaters on defense, but could be a game for Miami to really come out and prove themselves.
Their defense has been top 3.
I don't think Kansas City's really played anyone worth a shit at this point. Think about it. They played Denver. They played the Jets. They played. Okay, the Chargers. You got me on that one. They played the Chargers. Who else?
The Jets. Zach Wilson.
Yeah. Shut the fuck up. No, I think this will be a high scoring game. I'm honestly, an over-under of 50.5, I feel like it's kind of low. like,
Yeah, I know.
there's no way each team doesn't score 30, right?
Yeah. Both teams should.
Yeah. Unless that Kansas City defense comes out and is just stifling. You never know.
But that's the thing is, like, their offense hasn't been that great either.
Yeah.
Which is, say, it's an Andy Reid offense. Maybe it's just because are we going to finally say, like, hey, they need, like, a legitimate receiver?
I mean, you can't expect Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes to do it all for you. They can do a lot, but not all of it, especially when, Kelce, I don't know. Is he back to 100%? I feel like he's been pretty healthy lately, but Rashee Rice, I think, is doing well. I just think he needs more time. MVS is kind of just what MVS is. He's a deep shot every now and then. Not necessarily an amazing playmaker, but no, I mean, I don't know. I still think Kansas City wins this game, though. What do you think?
Yeah, I think Kansas City wins.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Come to Chicago and turn the franchise around.
Shut the fuck up.
Next
game, huh?
So that's all you need in Chicago. You're gonna have a good defense next year when they get all the guys in. Patrick Mahomes throwing it to Travis Kelce. There you go. Speak it into existence, Dalton. Next
game, we got Seattle at Baltimore. Again, Baltimore favored by 6, over under 44.5. How do you see this one going?
I think Baltimore wins.
Yeah, Geno was kind of not great last weekend, and Seattle's offense kind of sputtering right now. And defense is still playing well, especially the secondary, which I think is still the best secondary in football. But Baltimore is just rolling right now.
I'm going to take Seattle to cover, but but I think Baltimore wins. Baltimore was my Super Bowl dark horse. Like when they drafted Zay Flowers and they brought over OBJ, and I mean they still have Mark Andrews. J.K. Dobbins going out didn't really help. Like you didn't think he was going to tear his fucking Achilles, but Gus
again, bro. How do you? J.K. Dobbins gets hurt every fucking season. Every year, he's torn his ACL like twice, tore his Achilles.
They should sign over another nice Ohio State running back that played with J.K. Dobbins, who's currently sitting on the Eagles bench. Trey Sermon.
They could.
Yeah.
Give the guy.
He was good in San Francisco, wasn't he?
Yeah. He's all right. I mean, he didn't ever see a whole lot, but yeah.
Well, he wouldn't see it now with Christian McCaffrey, but yeah. Baltimore, I mean, they're still. I don't know. That's the thing with John Harbaugh. Like, they'll have a game where you don't expect them to just go out and play the way they do. The Lions.
A lot like Mike Tomlin, right?
Yeah.
I see John Harbaugh and Mike Tomlin in the same light. Really good coaches. Sometimes their teams underperform. Sometimes they overperform. But you're always going to get like a consistent, like, at least 7 wins floor. And then it's anything else but from up. It's anything.
Well,
it's only up from there.
Mike Tomlin's never had a losing season.
Yeah, he did last year.
No, they're 9-8.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
I thought they were 8-9.
No, they're 9-8.
Oh.
But that's why when that game is played, the Steelers and Ravens, you throw out the record books.
100%.
I got Baltimore. I think Lamar's playing good. Their defense, that was like the main reason I had them like being like Super Bowl contenders. They've got the talent. They just haven't proved it.
No, for sure.
They're kind of proving it. So, but I still believe in Seattle. Seattle might be the best team in the division. In their own division. Rams, Cardinals stink.
Yeah, and they just traded away Josh Dobbs, so they're still waiting on Kyler to come back. So they're kind of fucked right now.
San Francisco might be frauds too, so we'll see. Well, since we were talking about Arizona, let's go to the next game.
Yes.
Cardinals, Browns. I hate Deshaun Watson. I think he stinks. So, who's going to be the quarterback for the Cardinals?
Clayton Tune.
Clayton Tune? Okay. I'm going to take...
You want to know what his career NFL stats are right now?
What is it?
He's 1 for 1 with 4 yards. 100% completion percentage.
Yeah. No other quarterback in the NFL right now.
Yeah.
There you go.
Pretty amazing.
Arizona to win.
No, they're gonna get dusted.
PJ Walker, I mean, he's a decent backup that you put in there, but take the under in this game.
Oh, for sure.
Watch them both score 40 points. Maybe this is an overs day, both teams. With the
Don't
Browns,
speak that bullshit into existence.
yeah, with the Browns defense, I mean, they're so fucking good. They just are missing a quarterback. They've got the talent.
If only they had a first round quarterback that was willing to lay it all on the line for the team and be a program guy and was really funny in progressive commercials.
Yeah, Alice Cooper in that one episode. Yeah, I know. If only they had Baker Mayfield, but Cleveland, they don't have Donovan Peoples-Jones anymore, right? He got traded away.
Yeah, he's Kansas City?
No.
Where's DPJ at?
I thought I saw that he got traded away. But either way, I mean, it's the Cardinals. They stink.
He's a Lion.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he went to the Lions. Damn. Lions. All right, Super Bowl winners.
Hey, I've been saying they're good. Anyway, we're getting way fucking off topic. Yeah, no, I think honestly, I do think you're right in the under hitting, especially at 37.5. It's relatively high for a third string quarterback and PJ Walker and one really good defense and a all right defense, but they're gonna be playing backups. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, no, I mean Cleveland obviously wins this game, right?
Oh, don't say that. I mean, it's any given Sunday.
It is any given Sunday, except for this Sunday if you're an Arizona Cardinal or a Green Bay Packer, because Green Bay is going to get fucking housed. But
I need Kyler Murray back so they can win another game, and that way, the Panthers can still have the number one pick, which is Chicago's pick.
Yeah, well, fuck you.
Thanks.
No problem. Anytime. Next game, we got Tampa at Houston. Houston currently favored by 3, coming off that loss to Carolina. Low scoring game. That one was last week. How do you see this one going? And Tampa lost last week too, right?
Yeah, to the Bills.
That's right, Thursday.
Yeah, perfect Hail Mary pass that. They don't call that on Hail Marys though. They don't call pass interference. So, but I don't know. I mean, it's in Houston. Houston's been playing well. CJ Stroud's been playing well. The Bucks, I don't know if I believe in them anymore. I did. I thought they were going to win the division. With the way they've been playing lately, I'm not entirely sure. They can't run the ball for shit. Their offense is not very good. I mean, I don't know how Baker's still healthy with that offensive line, just being Houdini and escaping tackles. But I don't know. Maybe this is a game that the Bucks win. Maybe.
Traylon Burks just got fucking murdered.
What's the score in that game?
16-20. Pittsburgh's winning. Deontay Johnson just got his first receiving touchdown. So Traylon Burks is running a deep route, like a fade. Yeah, Deontay Johnson scored, yeah. But he's going to dive and catch the ball, and his head just slammed into the ground on the back of his head. So he's down right now. Sorry, that's not where we were going with this. I'm actually going to take Tampa to rebound in this one. I think Baker, Mike Evans, and Chris Godwin kind of get things going. And you're right, their offensive line has been terrible, especially running the ball. But I think they can get the pass game going. I think they can kind of pick apart Houston's defense in the secondary. Now, Derek Stingley's great, right? Jalen Petre's pretty good, but I think they have holes elsewhere in their secondary. Their pass rush is the one thing I'm worried about. I think, fuck, what is this? How am I forgetting his name? Will Anderson. Jesus Christ, Dalton. Fuck. I think Will Anderson will probably get home a time or 3. He's just a freak, man. But I think Tampa's defense can kind of throw some things at CJ Stroud that he's not prepared for, not ready for, and just kind of keep this game close. But I think Tampa comes out and eventually wins. We already talked about the Packers and Rams and Cleveland and New Orleans. Minnesota at Atlanta. Or yeah, Chicago. Chicago New Orleans. Sorry. I forget they exist. Just kidding. I need to stop. I'm so used to just shitting on Chicago, and Green Bay's right there with them, and it's just I don't know how to live. It's crazy. Um, Minnesota at Atlanta. What do you think about this one? Atlanta favored by 4 currently.
Okay. Well, before you rudely interrupted me, Deontay Johnson, first touchdown of the season. Congratulations, Big Cat. You got your bet. Good job. Yeah. So before we get into that game, I'll give you a little therapy session real quick. You're in the same seat as me now with your NFL team. This is how it works. You wake up in the morning, you hope they win, but when they don't, you're in like, well, okay, I'm glad that they lost because we're playing for the draft pick. They might get top 5. They don't win another game.
If they get a top 5 draft pick, I want that left tackle out of Penn State.
Oh, you don't want JJ McCarthy?
I'll fucking stab you.
Well, what if JJ McCarthy's the guy?
He's not.
You've been shitting on him this whole time.
I have been. He's not the guy.
Okay. Well, you'll get a top 10 draft pick, maybe.
Oh, 100%. Green Bay would definitely be top 10. They're putting sorry to cut you off again. They're putting Traylon Burks on a stretcher right now.
Like strapped and everything? Ooh.
Yeah, they're loading him up.
Okay. Well, thoughts and prayers go out to him.
Yes. Definitely. Yeah, no. I mean, back to kind of what you're saying though. We're gonna have an early draft pick, and I'm not used to getting scout guys in that range. So I'm actually, little
kind of
a
exciting.
little excited for it. Yeah, it's a little exciting, man. It's a little exciting. It's not. It sucks. The work to get there is what's gonna suck, but February through April is gonna be fun. I'll say that.
Yeah, that's how it was.
We're gonna have a lot of draft stuff on here, by the way. We are both fucking like just not. I wouldn't say gurus, but we are just like we're the equivalent to that 40-year-old that never left his mom's basement just for the draft, though. But we left our mom's basements. We have jobs. They don't have basements in Oklahoma, so we didn't really have a place to begin with. But we started on the ground floor. All right.
Yeah, you're right. I think we are draft gurus.
We
just
fuck Mel Kiper. No, but it's gonna be interesting. It's definitely gonna be interesting. It's gonna be fun to watch my mental state deteriorate on Sundays, but like hopefully get better on Saturdays. So I'm gonna start a little bit higher. Now this past weekend blew fucking ass, but hopefully we get the mental state raised a little bit this Saturday after a nice Bedlam win. And Green Bay can only drag that down so far. So
yeah, well,
maybe a parlay or 2 hits for me. Maybe that helps to liven the spirits.
Listen, that's what we're here for. We love.
Yes, when you're sad, gamble. Don't do that. That's such bad advice.
All the people in Oklahoma did last season.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
that's true.
Well, we like gambling sports. That's our big thing. But Vikings versus the Falcons, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Vikings, Falcons. Taylor Heineke, I think, is not going to start. It's going to be Desmond Ridder.
Damn, Taylor Heineken.
Yeah. So Desmond Ridder's going to start, and then it's going to be probably Jaron Hall starting, right?
Yes, it is. It is Jaron Hall because they just got Josh Dobbs, but he hasn't had enough time. Maybe they do a Baker. Maybe they do a Baker on Thursday night. Just fly him in there, let him just fucking roll.
Yeah, backyard football.
Just calling Madden plays in backyard football, man.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, it should be Jaron Hall. Which, the way he looked at the end of the game against Green Bay looked pretty low. I don't know why they were throwing the ball at all. They should have just ran it. But, the way he looked, who knows, maybe with the whole week of practice with the ones. Huh?
It's not really like they have a dynamic running back anymore. I mean, Cam Akers, yeah, but like he's sharing snaps right now with Madison, isn't he?
Yeah. Cam Akers is kind of like their change of pace. Big back, so.
Yeah. I don't know. I know Atlanta's favored because they're at home and they've got their quarterback and they've got probably a better team right now. But I don't know. They've been listening to Creed. Creed helped the Rangers.
He did. Teams professional teams are undefeated so far when Creed has talked about them in the media. So
Okay, Oklahoma Sooners need to go ahead and listen to Creed.
they do. We need some Creed going in Norman on the team bus.
Yes, Bro Venables, if you're listening, make it happen.
Best Creed song. Go.
Oof. I can't pick. They're all great.
They are. It's like trying to pick a best Nickelback song.
None of them.
Hey, fuck you. Nickelback's good. All right, motherfucker.
Oh, are we gonna have this debate?
It's got to be with Nickelback is good. Okay. Fuck you and fuck the internet for trying to bury Nickelback. All right.
I turned that off, loser.
No, but Creed songs. It's got to be with Arms Wide Open, right?
I was listening to that today on the way to work.
Arms wide open. You know.
Gotta be. Play that in Stillwater, or actually play that.
No, play it on the bus ride to Stillwater. God,
Yeah.
This is such an awful podcast.
No, Creed's back, dude.
Creed is back. They announced their tour. Aren't they going throughout Texas on their tour?
Mm-hmm. Maybe that's my hot spot.
Nickelback's going out to Texas too, so maybe you could get some fucking culture in your life. Fucking.
Gates won't open up for me.
No, but no, I think Atlanta definitely wins this game though.
Yeah. Okay. Moving on.
Yeah, moving on. Yeah. We need to get off this fucking topic. Moving on. Washington at New England. Washington just sold their two best pass rushers. They looked kind of okay beginning of the season, and they've kind of sputtered. Maybe Sam Howell's the guy, maybe he's not. I mean, I still think they have an underrated receiving core with Jahan Dotson and Terry McLaurin, and I mean Logan Thomas. I don't understand how he's still in the NFL. I thought he'd been gone for fucking ever, but Brian Robinson, Antonio Gibson's still there, I think, right? They got an offense that can pick you apart and kind of do some damage. So I just don't think.
I think he kind of had the case of the fumbleitis, so I don't know if he's really playing.
That is true.
Robinson.
Got some butterfingers. Needs to listen to Creed. But no, I definitely think New England probably wins this game.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so I know you defend Jordan Love. Who would you rather have right now, Jordan Love or Sam Howell?
Jordan Love.
Really?
I think Jordan Love for what this Packers team is right now.
You were a guy.
I am. I'm a program guy. Now I think Jordan Love, if they're both at their peak, they're both playing their best football, I think Jordan Love offers you a bit more in the pass game.
Yeah. Just extend him for 15 years. Yeah.
Oh shit, they're putting Traylon Burks in an ambulance.
Dude, what? Damn. They stopped the game.
No, they're still playing.
Oh man,
that's not a DeMar Hamlin situation. Yeah, anyways. He hit the ground hard, bro. Back of his head just snapped.
What is he like? Bad. Like a broken neck?
I don't think it's a broken neck because he landed on his back and just rolled back and snapped his head. So it's probably just a pretty major concussion.
Dude, shit.
That's sad. Very. I like Traylon Burks, so I liked him coming out of college.
Yeah. No, I just don't like seeing players get hurt like that, man.
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't want to see anyone get hurt like that, but
as much as we joke around,
especially a young guy. Yeah. No, that shit's scary. That shit is really scary. Moving on. No. How do you think this game's going to go? Washington and New England.
I mean, I don't know. I think Washington's still going to win. I think Sam Howell's the guy.
You think so?
I think he's the guy. He looked fucking good last week.
Yeah.
He looked really good. If he could consistently play like that, like against all teams, not just the Eagles, then like he's top 10 quarterback in the NFL. He's got the weapons. Brian Robinson's a dude. Terry McLaurin is a dude. He just hasn't really produced this season. He will. Once they get rid of Riverboat Ron, I don't know what's going to happen. But then they've also got Jahan Dotson. And then they taken before Amon-Ra St. Brown. I can't think of his name. Damon Brown? Damon Brown?
Oh, De'Ami Brown?
Yeah, De'Ami Brown.
Out of UNC?
Yeah. But, yeah. I mean, I'm still going to go with Washington.
Yeah, I think that's a toss up. I just think I don't know, man. I hate betting against Bill Belichick.
The Commanders versus the Patriots. This is America.
This is the most American game possible. They should be playing this one in Germany.
I know. Get a little taste of the enemy territory.
Yeah. Then maybe they play again in England and they just dump some tea in the river, you know.
No. Hell yeah.
But
I think,
next
the over.
what? Think the over hits in that one?
Yeah, we might see it.
40 and a half?
Both defenses aren't that great.
I guess that's true. I don't know. We'll see. Indiana at Carolina.
Indiana. Oh, college football.
Indianapolis at Carolina. Sorry. Indianapolis at Carolina.
Oh, this is afternoon.
Yes.
Carolina. They got a win, which Chicago did not need that, but I'm happy for them. I'm happy that they got the win. I mean, you don't want to go 0-16. It's crazy.
Like 0-17.
Oh yeah, you're right.
0-17. They could be worse than the Browns and the Lions were.
They've never had an 0-17 team yet.
Not yet.
But they kind of, I mean, if you think about it, it's really hard to not win a game in the NFL, and proved it. And so did the Cardinals. The Cardinals proved it. Everybody thought that they were going to be horrible, but it just goes to show how hard it is to lose a game in the NFL.
Definitely. Unless you're the Green Bay Packers. I think actually I could see a spot where Carolina wins this game. I just don't know if their offense is going to be able to do enough. Not that Indianapolis has the best defense in the world. I don't know. They let Cleveland score on them a lot. Yeah. So I don't know. It's hard to pick this one, especially you got a Carolina team that's not that good with the rookie quarterback that's kind of been sputtering at best, and Indianapolis with Gardner Minshew, they're just not that great right now. I don't know.
Yeah, I know it sucks that Anthony Richardson's out for the year because awesome.
This would have been a fun to see C.J. Stroud and Bryce Young last week, and then Anthony Richardson and Bryce Young this week. Like that'd be really fun to watch. But I think Indianapolis is probably gonna win this game.
Yeah, Minshew mania.
Yep.
They're kind of like a frisky team, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. They could reach up and grab you, man.
Yeah,
one of those teams.
He might be coach of the year if they have a winning season.
Yeah, I don't think they do, but if that Anthony Richardson, I think they have a lot better shot at a winning season.
Yeah,
I think he makes a big difference. He looks like Cam Newton. He looks like rookie Cam Newton.
Yeah, he's like the perfect build for a quarterback: speed, arm strength. His accuracy. Toughness. Yeah, his accuracy was pretty decent.
Yeah, it actually wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. I think he got a lot of shit from Florida.
Got a brilliant offensive-minded coach, apparently, Shane Steichen.
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
But yeah.
You think Indy wins, though? Yeah.
Need them.
Yes, you do, actually. Yeah, you do. That is true, you do. Then we got Giants at Raiders. Aiden O'Connell getting his first start. They benched Jimmy G. They fired whatever the fuck. Yeah, Josh McDaniels. They fired the offensive coordinator. I think the GM as well. Raiders are going through a full turnaround and rebound. Still favored over the fucking Giants right now.
Isn't their running back or their it's like their linebackers coach is like the running backs coach. I think he's the interim head coach for the rest of the season.
Yeah. And he used to play, where he played in the NFL?
Where?
Giants.
Oh.
That was his team throughout all of the majority of his career, one of the two. But he's got a little revenge. Yeah.
He said they're gonna feel us.
But no, I think the Giants win this game.
Tommy DeVito.
Mm-hmm.
Or is Tyrod back?
I don't know. I really don't know.
I mean, they have the Raiders favored, so I'd assume that Daniel Jones is still out.
I would assume that. I would assume that Danny is certainly out. I don't know if Tyrod's back or not. I think the favorite if Tyrod is back, but the Raiders just going through absolute hell. I don't know. I mean, it could literally go either. I could see it being a fucking 0-0 tie, to be completely honest with you. But I don't know. Maybe Aiden O'Connell. He didn't look awful in the preseason. He wasn't dog shit, but maybe he knows how to throw the ball to Devontae Adams.
Maybe.
Maybe he can figure it the fuck out.
You know who the Raiders should hire?
Who?
Jeff Saturday.
Did you see RG3? I think it was RG3 say they should hire Marshawn Lynch.
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude! Really? Jesus Christ,
dude! Marshawn Lynch, he might be one of the best running backs ever. He might be one of the best coaches ever.
No, bro. You're telling me him as a coach, the guy that hates interviews more than anyone else.
You don't have to.
I'll tell you what. They have Marshawn Lynch. I'll tell you what.
To be a good, you don't have to interview to be a good coach. Look at Nick Sirianni.
Look at Mike Gundy. No, actually, I'll tell you what though. They have Marshawn Lynch as a quarterback or a coach. I know what they're calling at the 1 yard line.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're running the fucking ball at the 1 fucking yard line. No, but I think the Giants probably win this game.
Yeah, Tommy DeVito, real Italian shit. Yeah. He's a fuck boy. I love the photo that came out of him, like just wearing like a black wife beater with his chain. TD.
Oh shit, so funny.
Yeah, I'm gonna root for the Giants on this one. I'm not gonna root for. I don't have a dog in the fight, but I'm gonna say they're probably gonna win, and I'm gonna take the under.
Yeah, no, that definitely. I would certainly take the under in that game. Then we got again game I think is going to be the game of the week. Dallas going to Philadelphia. Philly favored by 3 after that absolute shootout they had against Washington last week. What do you think? How do you see this one going?
Philadelphia, Dallas. I actually haven't put too much thought into this one. Is Jalen Hurts okay? Is he like fully healthy yet?
I don't know if he's 100%, but he'll play.
Well, it's in Philly.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Eagles probably win. Wait, didn't Dallas just... No, they didn't sign Russell Douglas. The Bills did.
Thanks.
Yeah, I didn't mean to make you feel bad. I mean, they looked good against the Rams, but the Rams stink. They always lay a stinker to San Francisco. This is a throw out the record books game for me on this one.
Completely.
They always play fun, frisky, tough. I think I'm gonna go with the Eagles.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. Literally the exact same thoughts. I just think that Philly's the better, more complete team.
Yeah, exactly.
And now Dallas can certainly, I mean, if they get things going in the pass game, Target and CD, I think Dallas could make some noise, but their run game hasn't been all that this season. And I just think this is Philly's game to lose, so I think Philly's going to win.
Yeah, there were the social media beef that was going on, or like the reviews that were, I guess, when you get on social media, there were people saying that CeeDee Lamb might be the better receiver, and then like even Dallas fans were like, no, AJ Brown is clearing a way better than CeeDee Lamb right now.
So you see AJ Brown rocking the Jalen Hurts Oklahoma jersey?
Bring that up too. We might have to root for AJ Brown this game because he was wearing a Sooners jersey. That was
showing some love. Some love.
So I actually really like this game. I think this might be game of the week for me.
Yeah, I mean, it's my game of the week.
Yeah. I think it's probably game of the week for me. I know you got Kansas City and Miami and Germany, and I know the next game.
Buffalo and Cincy.
Yeah, the next thing we're going to talk about. But I don't know. I mean, I agree with you. This might be game of the week. It depends on what Dallas's offense looks like. Their defense is going to play well. I mean, Philadelphia's probably scored 30 points. But if you can hold Philadelphia to less than 30 points, your defense played well.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Like awesome. And like an average day for a defense against Philly is probably when Philly's scoring like 35, just because they run the ball so many different ways. Did you see their fake tush push?
Dude, so badass.
Wasn't that?
So badass.
I mean, just some of the stuff they do is just, it's incredible. And Jalen Hurts, being the quarterback that he is, I think he's going to have another good performance. So, yeah, I'm going to go with Philadelphia to win. Close game.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I'm excited for that game.
All right, next one. We have Buffalo at Cincinnati. Cincinnati currently favored by 2. Over under 49.5, looking like a high scoring game. Before we get into this, did you see Buffalo's injury report and how they had Rasul listed? They had Rasul listed as did not practice for the reason just got here. Literally said just got here.
They could play immediately.
Yeah, I mean, shit. But no, I think since he's been rolling, man, since he's been rolling, they're one of those teams that, like I said, they start slow. You kind of look to write them off, and they catch fire. And they look good. Joe Burrow looks like he's back to near 100%, if not 100%, and they've been rolling. And Jamar Chase obviously scores a touchdown pretty much at this point every time he touches the fucking ball. So
7-11, always open.
Yeah, it's insane. I think since he wins this game.
I think he should have done like Bucky's, because Bucky's is 24/7.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, sometimes 7-Eleven is closed.
Depends on what 7-Eleven you're going to.
Not the ghetto one.
They should be open.
Yeah, I was right about Cincy.
You were. You had me on that. You were right.
Always do this shit. They did this last year.
Mm-hmm.
They're 1-3, and then they just went to the AFC Championship game again. I think this game. No, I was gonna say that whoever like these two teams are gonna meet again in the AFC Championship. I don't think so. I mean, Buffalo. I was right about Buffalo too. They just kind of like are good, but they're like the worst good team.
Yeah.
Like if I had to rate like best bad team, worst good team, Buffalo worst good team, Tampa Bay best bad team. Either Tampa Bay or Chicago, but anyways. Yeah, since he's gonna win.
Yeah. No, for sure.
Oh, we'll get into our dick pics in a minute, but I just found something that I might bet on.
Probably thinking the exact same thing I'm thinking. Then the Monday night game, Chargers at Jets. Currently, Chargers favored by 3.5, and over under is 40.5. What are your thoughts on this one?
So people are probably thinking, yeah, 3.5, Los Angeles Chargers. That's gonna cover. Slow down a second. Let me tell you about the Jets, New York Jets. Even though they don't have, they have beaten Buffalo. So they beat Josh Allen. They basically beat Kansas City. They should have won that game. I mean, America was rooting for Kansas City. I mean, they were rooting for the Jets, but they basically won that game. They should have won that game if it wasn't for the safety that completely whiffed on Patrick Mahomes. They also beat the Eagles. They had that crazy comeback against the Giants, the slugfest, Big Ten West game. Awesome game. If you didn't watch it, go watch it. YouTube highlights, whatever. I'm going to take the Jets to win this game. So I know the Chargers looked really good last week. They played the Bears. The Bears stink. I was texting a buddy of mine who's a Chargers fan, and I was like, congratulations, you won. The Bears stink. And he was like, yeah, the Chargers stink too. Like, this is a game where Chargers are going to look good. I think that's kind of the case here. Jets defense is really fucking good.
Yeah.
Jets defense is really good, and Zach Wilson, he can do just enough to get the win. So I'm going to take I think the Jets will probably win this game.
God, dude, if Aaron was healthy, they'd be so good.
They'd be the best team in the NFL.
100%.
Yeah, we were robbed of Aaron Rodgers versus Patrick Mahomes.
Again.
Yeah.
Again.
I know. Hey, at least we got Jordan Love versus Patrick Mahomes. Any thoughts on that?
No, I completely agree with you. It's hard for me to bet against the Jets when their defense is so good, but like when their offense is so bad, it's hard for me to bet for them too. You know what I mean?
That bad. If they just ran the ball with Breece Hall every time, they'd probably.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
I take that back. Their offensive line stinks, but they just added somebody, so. They had the guy from the Vikings, right? Or the guy that played for the Vikings?
Garrett Bradbury. Was it him?
No. Maybe the Bills. They added somebody to their offensive line, so
Yeah. I don't know. No, I'm
better prepared for it.
I think the Jets won this game as well. I just think their defense is just way too good, and I think they'll hold Justin Herbert and that offense to nothing. So
Yeah. Well, I mean, the Jets have won all sorts of ways too.
that's the thing.
I think the Chiefs were their get right game.
Mm-hmm. No, for sure.
Even though they lost that game, they technically won. In America, it's hard to say won. But yeah, Jets defense is rolling right now. If they just knew how to throw the ball to Garrett Wilson for a touchdown, I mean, they'd be world beater. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Jets on this one. Let's move in on our dick picks.
You want to go first?
Sure. I'm gonna take the over in the Cincy game. You're thinking that one, weren't you?
No, I wasn't. 49.5. Yeah, I mean, I can see it. I can certainly see it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take
the over's not dead yet.
No. I'm gonna take my first dick pick. I'm gonna take the over in the Dolphins and Chiefs game.
Okay. I like it. Join the overs club. 50.5 though? That does seem kind of low, you're right.
Yeah, I figured that's like a 53, 54 maybe.
Yeah. I'm gonna take I can't bet on my own team. Never mind. That's just it's like a cardinal sin.
Yeah, I was doing that, and I told myself not to, and then I did it a couple times, and now I'm in even more pain.
Yeah, it's a cardinal sin to do that. I am going to take the Seattle Seahawks to cover.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
+6.
I was actually taking Baltimore to cover on that one.
Okay.
But yeah, no, I'm gonna take Baltimore to cover. I think they're just rolling, man.
Okay. I'm gonna take the under in the Cardinals Browns game.
God damn it, you motherfucker!
Ha!
That was mine. I'm gonna take Atlanta to cover.
You're gonna take Atlanta to cover?
Yep, plus or -4.
Well, I'm writing down mine real quick.
Yeah, no, you're good. Yeah, I just Minnesota with Jaron Young or whatever the hell his name is. Huh?
What'd you do for that one?
Atlanta to cover.
Okay. Yeah.
Was it Jaron Hall? Is that his name or whatever? He's a 4th-round rookie. He looked really bad against Green Bay, and the little bit that he did play, I don't think they're going to be able to throw the ball, and their run game hasn't been too efficient. Atlanta's got honestly a sleepy good defense. A lot of veterans on that team. I think they can really disrupt him. So yeah, I'm take Atlanta to cover in that one.
Okay. I'm gonna take the over in the Rams Packers game.
That's a fucking mistake.
No, the Rams secondary's ass. They should have a good game.
Yeah. You can take the Packers to cover.
You're gonna
Is that
do
what
it?
you said? No, is that what you said? What'd you say? Or no, you said the over.
38.
Still a mistake. Yeah, maybe.
It's always the teams you don't expect.
That is true. I'm writing yours down too.
The last one, I'm gonna do Tampa Bay to win.
Fuck you,
Tampa Bay money
motherfucker. Line. That was my other one. So I'm gonna take Philly to cover.
-3.
Yep. And then I'm going to take.
How pissed are you going to be if it's a 2-score game?
Well, I'm taking Philly to cover. So if it's a 2-score game, I'll win some money. But I think if that happens and it's a 2-score game and Philly covers, I think.
Not 2-score, I mean by 2 points. Sorry.
Oh, okay. I'd be fucking pissed.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'd be pissed. And then for my last one, I'm gonna take the under in the Chargers and Jets game.
Ooh, I like it.
I think the Chargers offense doesn't really have enough to do, or isn't going to be able to do enough against the Jets defense and the Jets offense. Even though the Chargers defense isn't necessarily amazing, I think that the Jets just can't really fucking score. Watch them score like 40, bro. I'd be so pissed.
Jets offense is humming.
Yeah, humming them fucking milfs to sleep. What are they fucking doing? But yeah, so I'll go over mine again real fast. If you want to go over yours, I have the over in the KC Dolphins game. I have Baltimore to cover. I have Atlanta to cover, Philly to cover, and then the under in the Jets and Chargers game.
I like the under in that one. Philly to cover. Yeah, I like that one. Atlanta to cover. Okay. Well, I've got the over in the Cincy game, and then I've got the over in the Packers game. I took the under in the Cardinals-Browns game. I think Seattle's going to cover. Baltimore wins. I just don't know by how much they're going to win. And then Tampa Bay money line.
I like it. Well, you got anything else you want to go over before we call this one?
No, man. I'm just excited. It's college
football.
I was thinking about all the, college football always delivers. I know we always talk about it. But, I mean,
it's the most entertaining athletic product out there, man.
I think it is. Do you remember Hugh Freeze coaching from the fucking hospital bed?
It's so awesome, dude.
I was about that today on my drive to work. Just everything that happens in college football. Maction.
It's so awesome. Maction's the best product out there, especially when it's snowy Maction, dude.
Yeah.
That's the best. When you can't see jack shit. No, actually, so snowy Maction is number 2. You know what's number 1?
What?
The Army-Navy game in a fucking blizzard. That game is the shit.
Yes, it is.
Oh, my God, dude. The uniforms are always fire, and then when they get a snow game, oh, my God.
Yeah.
Army-Navy's the shit. But, yeah, no, I think we're going to go ahead and call this one. Again, this has been episode 9 of the PigSkin podcast. College football week 10, NFL week 9. Always, like, comment, subscribe. Let us know what you thought. If you agree with our picks, if you disagree, if you think we're idiots, we both do, or whatever. Just leave your thoughts down below. Unless it's anti-Semitic, then just text it to me so I can laugh in private. Just ruin this. I really just ruined this. It's not anti-Semitism. Is not anti-Semitism is not funny.
Yeah, no,
it's not funny.
We take that shit seriously.
It's very seriously. What's going on? Kids dying. Very seriously.
Yeah.
Yes. But again, Pigskin Podcast episode 9. We're gonna call it. Y'all have a wonderful weekend.